Hey everybody, welcome back to Average Joe Infinity. Today we're taking a look at Rat Race version 10. I love the progress that I'm seeing. So I've taken a look at this previously so I could get all my thoughts together in kind of a quick, concise video for you guys. So first things first, as we're looking at the menu, I notice that we have a load game option, which is awesome. I'm gonna click start first. One thing I want you to notice is as I click start, the background is currently black, start, and it's brown now, and I'm going to come back and touch on this in just a second. But we have a load game option. We have a save game option once you get into the game. So let me show you. It works great. Like I said, I played earlier. I got as far as I could, saved it. We'll hit load. Boom. Here we are. We are like, I don't know. We're an okay way through the game. It takes forever to zoom out here, and I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit too. Let's talk about the color scheme and the background. So brown, I'm not 100% sure why brown. You bring up the menu, you can see the black bars, whereas on the black background, you couldn't really see that as much. Just an observation, really. The brown and the overall color scheme of the game is a little on the drab side, which I think is fitting. I must say, I think it's fitting because of the whole lab rat scenario. The music is kind of intense, so it's like it adds some suspense to the whole thing, and I like that. So I'm not complaining about the color scheme. See, we're a decent way through this whole thing. It takes a while to scroll over to the end. I'm gonna hit start, and we're gonna come back and start over. The textures and the graphics, everything just keeps looking better and better. I love the lighting, the added lights on this thing, the textures on the floors. As you move things around, you can see the lighting shift as you move the camera, which is really cool. If you zoom in really far, the graphics continue to look like really good. In fact, the rat, I've never zoomed up on the rat. The rat looks super good. The rat looks way good. The floor and stuff starts to look a little pixely, but that's not, I mean, that's to be expected when you zoom in that far. I mean, you zoom out just a little ways, everything is looking awesome, and I love it. It looks good. One idea I had on the background, which may or may not be a good idea, is to have kind of that light gray, sterile, like lab table look, like the maze is on a big table or something. I wouldn't even add like scientists or anybody walking around in the game. I would just give it kind of a lab-esque look. One quick note on the lab table background, perhaps keep it a little bit dimly lit so it keeps the focus on the maze and the rat and the whole purpose of the game. And I'm going to come back and address that with the zoom, because obviously with the zoom that could be a little tricky. The other thing I just noticed is that up at the top it actually tells you the name of the level that you're on. So this one is just called 1, and I think that's new, or I just noticed it. Easy laser, which the lasers are super new. Okay, the lasers, I love the addition of the lasers. First off, it's a really nice splash of color in this otherwise drab world, and I think that's perfect. One thought I had is perhaps you could add in different speeds of lasers, make them different colors according to speed. I don't know, just a suggestion. So it's great. I love that it's just a little bit different challenge from the fire. Obviously this is the easy laser, but something I did notice is that as we go through the game, if you zoom out, look at the map, it seems like there's only 3 levels that have the lasers, so I hope you guys are gonna add more lasers. More lasers! I would add more lasers and mix them in with some of these exploding puzzles, and I think by adding kind of that extra little layer of difficulty, you can actually really ease people in to the changing difficulty of the explosions, because it seems like, to me, the explosions, they start out, they're not too bad, they're a little challenging, but you can get through them fairly easily, and then it gets hard fast. If you look at the laser as it approaches the walls, you see the reflection on the walls. Amazing. I love it. It looks so good. And you even see reflections from the explosions on the walls too. And that is just such a good polished touch. And that's what I like seeing, is the polish that happens. And I'm sure there's things I'm gonna totally miss, because polish is just like little teeny details, but it makes a difference in the experience. The gameplay and the background, my thoughts are that perhaps camera movement ought to be restricted just a little bit, because like we did earlier, you can zoom out super far, you can go scroll, see the end, which I think kind of ruins the closure that you get by getting to the end of the game, if possible, I would restrict the camera movement to only be able to zoom in and out so far. Partly because if you zoom in, you can zoom straight through the floor. So you can just like, it's like if this is the level, the camera can just go up infinitely and down infinitely is how it seems, because you can go really, really far. So I would restrict that movement if possible. I mean, I'm not a programmer, so maybe that's not an easy thing. I don't know. Just my suggestion. And then the other thing I would do is I would restrict the amount of movement that you can do. Maybe force it to keep the rat in the screen or something, or even keep it at maybe a zoom level about so. I mean, like I said, you could zoom in and out a little, but as you get through the challenges, so here we'll get through the 2 tile. So we come through, now we're to OB_1. So as you come over, then it would go, okay, they're through, boop, we're gonna move it here. If you go back, it would bring it back. So I don't know, just some suggestions there. Otherwise, like I said, I love the progress that's happening on this game. So like I said, if you want to try it, check the link in the description down below. You can go download it for yourself. Rat Race, it's an awesome game. The devs are so friendly, so nice. I'd love to see this game hopefully do really well. This is awesome, and the amount of effort and polish that is going into this, it just keeps getting better and better and better. This is awesome. Give it a try, check it out, follow Rat Race on Discord, and if anybody can get to the end of this thing, I would love to see it. So thank you guys so much for joining me, checking out Rat Race. Devs, thank you as always for reaching out to me. Again, I apologize it took so long, but I hope you guys have a wonderful, awesome day, and we'll see you next time.